everyone. When we left this last time, I had the front of the seat fitted. Let's go have a look now. As you can see, the front is fitted. I need to make some legs or something for the back. This is handy. I can bring the seat up and down, kind of like tilt. That goes down, and that goes up. So that is nice. Obviously it's a bit wobbly because the feet are all over the place at the minute. And also we can slide it backwards and forwards, so that can go back quite far for the taller person. Obviously the floor goes up and down, but that's just how they are in these cars. They're not, you ain't going to get much better than that. That's how it is. But by the time we get these back feet in, that's going to be more sturdier, I think. Oh, and the carpet underneath the bar as well. So today I need to start with removing the seat yet again. So I'll do that now. You don't need to see that. Right, so when we look at it from this side, I was thinking, if you look where this runner finished here, and then this runner finishes up here, I initially thought I had that so far out. But the more I look at it, that's not the case. That must be the way it is, because if you went by the bolt holes in the original car, bolting it to the floor, look where they are. They're in a straight line, more or less, give or take ½ inch. So it's not my error. It's my error because I didn't notice it, but that is nothing to worry about. That is how it should be. So that's good. I haven't messed up on the measurements too much. So now I need to bring this down 7 centimeters from here, and obviously here. Or he never wanted, but I was thinking of doing something like that, so it puts more of a load in one place rather than just 2 feet digging in the floor. So I'll have a look around and have a think how I can do this. Always I like to use what I can find laying around, which I'll salvage from somewhere else. Now I found another one of these, but this one, well, I'll have enough to build the same type of bracket for the other seat, so I'll keep that aside. But I found another one, and I've also, remember, I've got these tubes here that are a little bit thicker than the ones I had before. So what I'm thinking is have that for going down onto the floor of the car, across the back, and then make 2 feet 7 centimeters high. What do you think? Good idea? Of course it is. Right, I'm just going to have another little think how I can do it. Got one idea. I just managed to just tap that into there. So if I could tap it in just enough, obviously I'll weld it so it don't move, but I need this pipe to be out just a little bit, so when it sits on the floor, the tube will be on the floor, and I could cut that and do the same the other side, just 7 centimeters high. I think that'd do it. What do you reckon? Go for it? I think so. Right, so I need 2 lengths of this, 7 centimeters high or long. So cut 2 of these, 7 centimeters. So I'll put one this side, one this side, like so. And I don't want them feet just sit on the floor. And then I thought what I'll do is I'll knock that tube in a bit so it's just out, and then, whoops, I wasn't meant to do that, but it's obviously not fixed or anything. And then weld that tube in, and that'll be the back. Because these, like I said, are almost opposite. I need to check that as well. I'll check that now. Do a quick clean up there where I'm going to weld it. And I've just stuck the old magnet on just to hold that in place really while we do the welds. Okay, there's one side attached, so I'll just flip it over, clean up the other side and get that on, and then we'll get the bar across and that seat will be done. We're cracking on here this morning. There's both those legs on. Now I just need to sort out the bar across the back. I was thinking of just putting feet, but I think if I put a bar across, that'll spread the weight on my floor, because we all know the floor is quite thin in these cars, especially rusty ones, eh? Right, so let's find something up. Which one we're going to use? There's this tube in place, just knocked it into here, so I need to weld that now into place. So with this, they are slightly different thicknesses of metal. They're not as thin as this front tube was, so we'll just have to see how we get on with it. But the main thing is really just to get it nipped in there. Just quite tight in here where I've hammered it in, as you can see, but I need to get some weld on it to stop it from moving. Or maybe even on these insides, that might be better to stop it just moving back. I can get a tack on either side. We will see. I've got a weld here, or a tack, and then I managed to bridge that across the tube there with a few tacks and then a weld. So that ain't going nowhere, so I'll just do the same on the other side. And that should hold. This one I got a tack on the top. On the bottom, I'll just try and fill this gap with the welder, and then I'll put a tack here, and that won't go anywhere. If you look at that, that is still slightly that way, but that's something to do with these runners. One is longer than the other for some reason, but as long as the front is level, that's going to be fine. Well, I'm happy anyway, and that, like I said before, as long as I'm happy, that's all that really matters. So I'll just get that here. I don't think that'd go anywhere now, but I'd just like to finish that bit off, I think. Right, let's just see if I can bridge that. In here when it's blowing. I'll gradually build it up. I have to clean it now and again, because remember this is box core, so all that crap will get trapped in, but it's not really a structural weld to worry about. Lovely, that's got that. Just a little hole in the middle, which we'll plug now. And I'll tell you now, they ain't going nowhere. Cool. I'm happy with that. Just going to put a little bit here, like I said. That is that seat completed. I'm happy with that. Now, what do? I think I'll rip the other side out. We'll get this passenger seat out and the carpets up, and have a look at the floor this side. So we need to get this other seat out, get the carpet up, and have a just quick butcher's round in the floor. Same time we can clean the carpet up, give the floor a paint, I think. And then obviously we've got to make the brackets for the other seat. There we go, seats out, carpets are out. Floor's in a better state this side. Probably been repaired before, well it has here. Not sure here, like quite rusty, but still not through, so that's good. And don't forget there's that patch there through here underneath, which we did underneath this wing. So all in all, that's not bad. Get a brush and give this a bit of a sweep out. Give that a bit of a sweep out. That's a hole been made with a drill, I guess, or knocked through for some reason. Maybe I let some water out, who knows. Another one here. But all in all, that's not fallen through, is it? I could cut bits out and weld bits in, but I don't see the point in doing that if you don't need to. Maybe at a later date if I keep the car long enough. Who knows? But at the minute, I'm liking it. So the only place which needs immediate repair is down that corner. So this seat can be made, or the brackets can be made for this seat, and that one can go in. The carpets can go back. Maybe get a bit of paint on that floor. I think I might just leave the seat out there for the time being until that's ready to go back in. But then again, we have got the steam rally at the weekend, and if I ain't got it ready, oh well, 5 minutes to chuck the seat in. Right, so now I know I don't need no immediate repair on that side. I think what I'll do is whip this seat out and just see if I can sort this piece out here. In the time I've got, I might be able to, we will see. So, driver's seat is out again. We'll have a look here at this hole, which I'm making bigger all the time. You might just think that's a hole in the floor. If it's just a hole in the floor, I wouldn't even worry about it. Your problem is with it being here is where the front of the rear leaf spring connect. Spring hanger, call it what you like. I'll call it a spring hanger. So that's where the spring hanger is. Now that is obviously welded to the floor of the car, and as you can see, I'll try and move that. That ain't moving at all. That actual spring hanger, and that goes back a long way where it's welded to the floor. Let's see if we can see underneath. Let me get a torch. Right, we've got a torch, we might be able to see. So there's the spring hanger and there's the hole. It's right at the front, but the spring hanger is connected along here. See USB is weld there where I've knocked some of it off. I've knocked around it just to check that it's safe, fairly solid both sides. But because there's a hole there, that would definitely, if we took it for an MOT, that would definitely be an MOT failure. Even though it's not going to fall off, but that is near a structural fiction. It's just got to be done. And I'd just like to make sure it's safe. So we're going to repair this one. If you look at this car, well, it's gone everywhere. Doors are gone. The back of this sill gone. It's been filled or maybe been repaired. I might have done that, I'm not sure. The rear of the wings rusted. On the seam there's a couple of rust. Had a few repairs in the boot and around the back. So as to restoring it, that wouldn't be worth it. All this crust and rust here is not here, it's actually on the bottom of this door which we stuck the tape on. Eventually I'll have a go at this. That's been patched everywhere, and all I'll do is patch it again somehow just to harden it up so I can sort the outside of it out. So this is always going to be a rat car, a rat moggy, so what can you do, eh? Right, so obviously this is where we need to do the repair. So as you saw, this is just the front of the spring hanger. You can't move it in any way. Now, what's the best way to tackle this? We know the floor is quite thin, but there's still some good enough metal there to weld to here. So we basically just want to weld that in like that. But what I'm going to do is get me grinder. I'm going to cut a bit out of here, I think, just so I can see what's going on. And then we'll clean the floor up here, put a piece in, either bend a piece up like that and put in, or we'll put a flat piece in and then a flat piece there. Not 100% sure what I'm going to do yet, but one thing we definitely need to do is clean it up. And because it's inside this cross member box section, then you got to be careful, of course, of fires. But I think I'll just whip that back seat out because that just lifts out. So there's the back seat out, like I said, it just lifts out. Get in the car and have a look here. Ah, we have got a hole here, look. But that's above the spring, that is the leaf spring through there. So that ain't really doing nothing. Might tackle that at a later date. But along there would be where the end of that spring hanger is fixed. It might pay me to try and open it. You can see how thin the steel's gone there. Water's probably been sitting in here at one point through leaky windows or whatever. But you can keep going. That bit is fine. So is that. Right, let's try and stick to something we know we need to do. It's going to be here. And then because I can get my carpet back and get the seat in, do the other seat and get that in, that I can always get to later by just lifting the old back seat out. As you see, it's got rear seat belts. This is where I attach the dog, Gemini. Right, come on, stick to one thing at a time or you'll never get anything done. This. Well guys, you know what I said? There's nothing to worry about. Well, I might have been slightly wrong. Done a bit of cutting out here. Now look. Oh my goodness. That don't look too good, does it? Obviously there's where I was talking about the front part of the spring hanger. You can see the bit of the leaf spring there. Well, as you can see, it's a bit crusty. It's alright on the inside, it looks rusty. I've been bashing up there and I can't get through there, so that's alright. So sometimes you have to just grab onto what you can. Can be a bit frightening really, but hey ho, it's got to be done now, isn't it? Right, I'm going to continue to clean it up, knock it out, rip it apart, I don't know. Got danger now of this coming through here with nothing holding this bit, but there weren't a lot holding it anyway. Oh dear, the joys of old cars and rusty. And this is why I say I wouldn't want to restore this, that'd just be too much. It'd be nice to have rolled it over on a side to tackle this job. But I can't, I'm not going to, I'm just going to continue here. Just have a little think how I can do it. There's a bit more cleaning up. Now it's not a lot holding this. This side is okay, but this side is a bit thin, as you can see, so we need to tack all this to the floor before we go anywhere. These slits here is where I was going to cut it back further, but the metal's pretty good, so I'm probably not going to. I'll probably re-weld those up. Probably. We will see. Righty ho here. We're going to have to try and save George. Gently does it, little piece at a time. So the first thing I've decided to do is to catch him along here, along here, along here, just to stop that going any further. And then we'll have a clean up elsewhere, see how bad it is, and put some more metal in to try and keep him safe. Can't believe I started this by saying there's nothing to worry about. Never mind, he'll be fine. Okay, so we made a start here, look. It might not look the best, but it's definitely going to be a lot more safer than it was. Every little bit we put on it makes it safer. So as you can see there, what I'm doing, gradually building up strength over that rear spring hanger. It's not a very quick job. Ideally it needs to all come out and be done, but we're not going to do that. And I think already now, what we couldn't see before I cut this out and poked around, that must be stronger than it was in the beginning, before I started, I mean. So yeah, it's getting there. Need to patch these in now, then we'll put this back and we'll do something with these. Well, slowly getting there. There's 3 patches in there, plus the splits I had to weld up, which I cut. So another patch in here, and then fill this in. Now it's going to be safer than it was before we started. Then that back piece underneath, I'm definitely going to have to get round to doing sooner than later. Right, get a piece here done. So this is going to be the last little piece for the floor here. Should go something like that, and then that will be sorted, we hope. And then box this back in. The other piece underneath around the back will have to be done at a later date. Not even sure I'm going to get this done now. Time is running away yet again, so I guess this is going to have to be continued, but we'll weld it here as well. But we're getting there. Here slowly, that's that last patch on. Now it's just put this back, which will also help with that pushing up against the floor. Well, as usual guys, time is running out. I just cut this panel. I'm going to weld in there somehow, but like I say, I haven't got time to do it now. I'm going to have a tidy up, get the seat back in, and I'm actually going to use George not with the passenger seat in, just with the driver's seat in for the time being, and hopefully get this patch put in before the end of the week. Okay, so I've stuck a few bits of weld on it. I ain't got time to finish it off, but that will be finished. But I need to start clearing up, as I said, get the seat back in so I can use him. Yep, I'm going to use him. I think he's safe to use. I'll do that other piece at the rear when I get round to it. I'll put in the newer seat, the comfier seat. I won't say it's new. Feels really good. Obviously that panel there I haven't finished, still got to be welded up. The seat will have to come out again anyway. That's one of the reasons why I might as well put this one in to put the other one in. This side don't need any repairs, not yet. It probably will do in the future, but so will everything. Sitting comfortable. I haven't finished this repair yet. There's going to be some more to do. Got to finish off the welding on that one, and underneath the back seat I want to strengthen that up as well, where it goes to the rear of that hanger. But I'm pretty confident that's stronger now than it was before I started, because, well, you just saw when I started poking, there weren't a lot holding it. But this is the thing with old cars. The repairs I've done are not pretty, they're not meant to be. All I'm doing is keeping poor old George on the road, or so I can use him. Not telling anyone how you should do it, because that's not what this channel's about. My channel is about me, my cars, and what I do. So I'm going to leave this one from here. It's obviously got to be continued some more now. Haven't touched fixing the other seat, but we'll get there in the end. I want to paint the floor, finish the repairs, so that'll all be coming soon. So that leaves me to say thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye for now.